Hey guys, welcome back to Analytics with Priyam. So in this video, I came up with another exciting project, that is insurance claim and risk analysis. Okay, so basically this is for to the different cards and how the amount is being claimed and what is the reason behind the claim. So we are going to drive the analysis for the same. Okay, so basically our data reside in SQL Server, and from there we are going to import it in our Fabric Lakehouse with the help of a Dataflows Gen2. And we are going to create the calculated columns in Dataflows Gen2, and after then we are going to create a semantic model. Okay, once the data is saved as a delta format in our lakehouse, we are going to bring this table into a semantic model, and we are going to create a semantic model from this table. Okay, and all the measures we are going to create in the semantic model. So once our semantic model is completely ready, we are going to import it in our Power BI, and we are going to create a fresh report. Okay, so you can see the report which I have created. So you can also replicate the same with this video. Okay, so please stay connected to this video. So guys, let's back to screen. So first of all, let me walk you through the data set. Okay, so our data reside in SQL Server. Let me open the SQL Server, and let me open the database. So I'm having an insurance database. Okay, and in this database we are having a table called as let me see, where is the table. Okay, insurance policies and data. Okay, this one is our table. So let me query this table so that I can walk you through the data. Okay, so let me select the database name and select star from. So basically it is having near about 37,542 rows. Okay, so we are having a primary key ID column. Okay, this is a primary key and a unique column. Okay, and the birth date. So this birth date is for to the customers. The customer date of birth is also present. So it is also having a car color. Okay, which color the customer is having the car. Okay, car make, car model, car use, whether it is private or commercial. After then, when they have bought a car year. Okay, coverage zone, whether he is driving onto the highly urban area or urban or rural. Okay, education of a customer, whether it is high school, bachelor's or PhD. Gender of a customer, marital status, parent, claim amount, claim frequency, household income, and the kids driving. So basically we are having these many columns. Okay, and let me bring up this data into our Fabric Lakehouse. Okay, so let's move to our Fabric. So here let me create a new workspace. Okay, not from here. Here we are going to create a new workspace, and let me name it as a insurance. Okay, here we have to create first lake house and a data flow. So let me create a lake house. We name it as the insurance lake house. We have to give the underscore, not a blank. Okay, our lake house has been created. Now let me quickly create one more Dataflows Gen2. Okay, so let me close this one. Okay, okay, now let me create a Dataflows Gen2. Let me name it as a insurance data flow. Okay, so here let me get the data from to the SQL Server. So our server name is PM and database name is insurance. Okay, so this one is our table. Let me import this table. Okay, so this one is our data. Now let me quickly rename this. Okay, okay, now let me set the data destination because our data looks clean. Okay, so we don't have to do any of the modification in this data. Our data is purely clean. Now we have to ingest this data into our lakehouse. Okay, so now let me give the data destination. Okay, let me choose the workspace. Okay, now let me publish this data flow. Once it is published, our table will be saved into the lakehouse as a delta format. Okay, so let's wait until it publishes. Okay, so our data flow has been published successfully. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to create a semantic model. Okay, so for this we have to open our lakehouse, and here you can see new semantic model. Okay, let me click on this, and here you can name the semantic model current semantic. Okay, and we have to select our tables. Only one table is there, so I'm going to select this. So now all the calculated columns we have to create in Dataflows Gen2, and all the measures we have to create in semantic model. Okay, now semantic model has been created, and here you can see we can create the measures and all. So here you can see the options of creating a semantic model. Okay, here also you can implement the row level security. So we are having the option of manage rules. So you can see you can create a role and assign them. Okay, so now this semantic model we have to import in our Power BI. Okay, so before importing this semantic model in Power BI, let me walk you through about the BRD. So what is the business requirement? Let me walk you through. So basically this you can read. Let me go to KPI requirements. Okay, so total policies. Okay, total claim amount, claim frequency, claim average amount, gender wise, total policies. Okay, so basically these are the KPIs. Okay, in the card visual we have to show these 5 to 6 KPIs. Okay, after that let's go to charts requirement. Okay, so basically the two key dynamic measures are total claim amount and total policies. Okay, these are the two measures which we will create. Okay, and the visualization chart. Okay, these are the charts we require. Okay, so by car use donut chart we have to use, by car make we have to use bar chart, by coverage zone donut chart. Okay, By age group frequency chart, either it is a frequency chart or histogram. Okay, now let me go to last one. By car year area chart we have to create. Okay, by kids driving ribbon chart. Okay, by education pie chart. By education and martial status matrix heat grid. Okay, so basically these are the charts which we have to create. So let's go one by one. Okay, let me open the Power BI and import this semantic model. So basically I will provide this BRD and everything into our description so that you can copy and replicate the same. Okay, now let me get the data from Power BI semantic model. You can click on blank report. Okay, this one is our semantic model which we have recently created. So let me import this. Okay, so we got our model. Okay, so now let me do some of the formatting for this page. First of all, let me select this page, and in canvas setting, okay, we have to choose the custom, and let me take the height as 950, and the width we are going to take it as 1600. Okay, and alignment we are going to do in the middle. Okay, so now let me do some more formatting. Okay, canvas background, let me choose as a black color, and here you can remove the transparency to 0%. Okay, so okay, so now let me add one text box. Okay, so in this text box we are going to write the title of this dashboard. So I'm going to give the title as insurance risk and claim analysis. Insurance risk and claim analysis. Let me select all and let me use Calibri, and the font size I am going to take it as near about 32. Okay, let me bold this, and we have to give the color as white. Okay, now what we have to do, let me select this one and style and size and style. Let me turn off the background. Okay, now you can see title. Let me put it somewhere down. Okay, now we have to create some placeholders. Okay, so for this let me go and create a shape. Okay, so not from here. Here you can get the shape. So I'm going to select this rounded rectangle. Okay, and here let me go to format and format it. So in properties, not in properties, here height we are going to take it as 850. Okay, and the width, okay, the width we are going to take it as 330. Okay, and also the rounded corner. Okay, let me go to shape and style. So rounded corner we will take it as 6%. Okay, and in color we are going to choose some different color. Let me select the color code. So I'm going to use hash 022F3A. Okay, this color we are going to choose. Now let me go to border, and so the border color also we are going to change. The border color will be #00 6C64. Okay, this one is the border color. Now let me turn on the glow also, and we are going to give as 50%. Color also we are going to change. Let me give the color code as 008D83. Okay, now you can see this one is looking perfect. Okay, so these are this will be our placeholder. Okay, we will create many of the placeholders, and we will insert the charts, and we will insert the KPIs under this. Okay, under this placeholder, and we are going to create some more placeholders and some more charts. Okay. Okay, so now let's go to BRD and check what are all the KPIs at the charts we have to create. So, okay, let me go to here in this. So we have to create these KPIs. Okay, total policies, total claim amount, claim frequency, average claim amount, and gender-wise total policies. Okay, for these we have to create the measures. So let me go back to our semantic model and create some measures. Okay, let me create a new measure. Here it will be total policies. Okay, so total policy is how we are going to calculate. So let me show the data. So basically we are having a ID column as a unique column, and total policies we are going to calculate with the help of this column. Okay, so we are going to take a count of this ID column. So it will give us the total number of policies. So now let me go to semantic model, and here count of IDs. Okay, the next one is total claim amount. Let me create another measure. Is equal to sum of claim amount. Already we are having the column as a claim amount, we can take sum. And the next one is claim frequency. So basically we are having a column called as claim frequency. Let me show you this one. Okay, so directly we can use this column. Okay, now let's go to another one. Average claim amount. Okay, so we have to take the average of this claim amount. Let me create a measure for it. Equal to average of claim amount. Okay, so gender wise policies, total policies we will calculate afterwards. So first of all, let me implement all these four. Okay, so let's go to Power BI and refresh it from here. Okay, once it is refreshed, our all the calculated measures will be appearing here. Okay, you can see all the measures are here now. Okay, so now let's create a new card. Let me take a new card. And here we are going to put the total policies, total claim amount, and the claim frequency. So this one we can directly use. It will take the sum of claim frequency. Okay, and average claim amount. Where is average? Okay, this one is average claim amount. Okay, these four we all have put. Now let me expand it. We have to do some modifications into our card, some formatting change we have to do. Let me go and do some formatting. So the layout, we are going to take it as a vertical, and maximum card shown we can take it as 4. Okay, now we are going to take the space. So the space will be near about 20. Okay, now let me go to call out values. Okay, and here we are going to choose it as a semi bold, UI semi bold. Okay, and we are going to take it as 28. The size will be 28. Okay, and we are going to take it in the middle, and here we are going to choose some different color. Let me give the color coding. So we are going to use as 74D26 2C6. Okay, this we are going to use. And now let me go to label. Okay, so here we are going to choose. Okay, COJ UI we are going to choose. It will also be 12, and color we are going to take it as some light. Okay, and here the space we are going to take it as 1. Okay, now let me go to cards. Okay, here background also we have to turn off. So let me turn off the background. Now let me go to cards, and in cards also we are going to turn off the background. Okay, now you can see it is looking somewhat fine. Okay, now let me go to call out values. Let me select one by one. So the total policies you can see it is showing as 38K. So we don't want K, we don't want this. We are going to write as none. So it will display the whole number. Okay. Now let me go to claim frequency. Total claim amount I'm going to take it as one decimal place. Okay, so let me choose the decimal place as 1. Okay, so the sum of claim frequency, so we don't want sum, so let me go and change it. We need frequency, we need average. Okay, so now it is fine. Okay, average, let me choose average claim frequency, and the decimal places we are going to take it as 1, and average claim amount. So let me go and choose the average claim amount, and here also we don't want to take in case, we want in none only, and the display, okay, value decimal point we are going to take it as 0. Okay, now let me go and set the height and width of this. Height we are going to take it as 450 and width we are going to take it as 270. Okay, now let me place this here. So now it is looking somewhat fine. Okay, now let's move to another one. So now we have to move to male and female count. Okay, so first of all let me do some formatting for this. I don't need these borders, so let me remove these borders. Okay, in the cards we can turn off this border. Okay, now it is fine. Now let me copy this one. Okay, let me quickly write down the measure for male and female count. So let me create a new measure as male count is equal to, we are going to use calculate function and count of IDs. Okay, and we are going to filter it by gender is equal to quotation we are going to give as male. Okay, so this one will give the total number of policies for male, and let me copy this one and create another measure for to the female. Okay, now let me go and refresh it here. Okay, we got these two columns, these two measures. Now let me remove everything from here. Now let me put the male count and the female count. This one also we have to remove. Now we have to do some formatting. It is in vertical order. We have to change it to horizontal order. So let me go to layout and choose it to horizontal. Okay. Now let me choose the height and width of this. Height will be 110 and width will be 260. Okay. Let me go to call out values, and here we are going to take it as 22. Okay. Okay, and for male count, not from here. Yeah, from here, let me choose the male count and give the decimal place as 1. And similarly for female, we have to give the decimal places as 1. Okay, now let me go here and change it to male and female. Let me put it here. Okay, also we are going to bring some images for male and female. Let me insert the images I have downloaded for male and female. Let me import them. Okay, this one is for male. Let me set the height and width. Height will be 115 and width also 115. Let me insert the female image 115 to 115. Okay, let me place it here. For female, let me place it here. Let me adjust it. Okay, now it is looking fine. Okay, so now our all the KPIs has been created. Okay, so now let's move to the charts. So first, let me open the BRD and see what is the next. So for to the charts requirement, basically we have two key dynamic measures: total claim amount and total policies. And what we have to do, we have to create a parameter for these two. Okay, so based on the parameter for these two, the other charts will slice and dice. Okay, so let's go to our semantic model and create a parameter for these. Okay, so now let me go to semantic model. Here you will get a new parameter and fields. Okay, you can give the parameter name. So let me give as select measure. Here we have to choose total claim amount and total policies. Okay, okay, so you can see it has created our new parameter. A separate table has been created, and these are the auto created measures. So we'll use this measure. Okay, so now let me go to our Power BI and refresh it from here. Okay, here we got our parameter. So now we will choose one of the slicer and put it. Let me choose one slicer and put this measure. Okay. Also let me go to setting and change it to drop down, and selection I need a single select. Okay, let me put it here, and we will do the modification, the formatting afterwards. So first let's create our charts. So before creating the chart, we have to create a placeholder. So let me copy this placeholder, paste it here. Okay, now let me choose the height and width of this placeholder. So height will be 330 and width I'm going to take it as 790. Okay, let's place it little bit here. Let's reduce the size of this. Okay, and now let me go back and check our charts. So the first one, by car use, donut chart we have to use. Okay, now let me go and create a donut chart, and this one is for, in the legend we are going to use as a car use. Okay, and onto the values we have to select this dynamic measure which we have created. So this one we are going to choose in our values. Okay, so let me see whether it is changing or not. Okay, by car use and by total policies. Okay, it is changing. Yeah, now let me do some of the formatting for this. So let's choose the donut chart, and let me go to, first let me go to title, and font we are going to use as UI, not semi bold, just UI, and font size we are going to take it as 12, and color we are going to choose as gray. Okay, okay, now let me turn off the background for this. Let me choose the height and width also. Height we are going to take it as 285, and width we are going to take it as 340. Okay, let me do some more formatting. So legend we don't want. Let me turn off the legend. Okay. And, okay. So here we want category and data value. Okay. And onto the values we are going to choose as this one is correct, and we are going to increase some size. Color we are going to choose as gray. Okay, now one thing is left, we have to change the color of the slices. So let me choose, and for private let me choose the color as, okay, so here we are going to use some hash code. So hash 49 b 8 b. Okay, one is left, 1498b. Okay, and for to the commercial we are going to choose some different color. So that one is, let me give hash 036659. Okay, let me choose the spacing to 70%. Okay, now let me put it here. Okay, so now let's go to next. So let me open the BRD. Okay, so we have to create one bar chart and by car make. Okay, so let's go and create this. So let's take a bar chart, and here we are going to use, onto the x-axis we are going to use karmic, and onto the y-axis we are going to choose karmic, and onto the x-axis we are going to choose the measure which we have created, this dynamic measure. Okay, so now let me select this and use the format painter for this. Okay, now we have to do some more formatting. So now let me go to format. Okay, first let's go to y-axis, and we don't want the title, so title let me turn off, and the color we are going to choose as gray. Okay, and here we are going to use as 10. Now let me go to x-axis, and here also we don't want titles, and values also we don't want. Okay, now let's go to bars, and we are going to change the bar color. Okay, so we are going to use the hash code hash 0FA793. Okay, this one we are going to use, and okay, now let me format it and put it here. Okay, select this. Let me remove the underscore. Okay, here also let me remove the underscore. Okay, now this one is looking perfect. Okay, now let me go and see what is the next. So the next chart is by coverage zone. So we have to use the donut chart. Okay, so let's copy this same. Okay, first of all, let me copy this placeholder, and this we are going to place it here. Okay, and here what we are going to choose. Now we can copy this. Okay, paste it here. Now let me change. So in legend, we are going to use the car zone coverage zone. Where is the coverage zone? Okay, this one we are going to choose onto the legend. Okay, now we have to do some of the formatting. Okay, let me open the format. Title we can turn off. Okay, and the text we can take the gray color. Okay, okay, now let me go to detailed label, and onto the detailed label we have to select category and percentage of total. Okay, onto values it is showing correct. Okay, now we have to change the color of these slices. Now let me go to slices. Now let me select one by one. For urban we are going to choose the color code. Let me give as deep B3, B3, B3. Okay, and for highly urban, we are going to choose some different color, that is hash 0FA793. For rural, we are going to choose some different color, that is 74D2C6. Okay, this one we are going to choose. And for to the suburban, we are going to choose some different color, that is 4048372. Okay, not 72. Okay, this one we are going to choose. And for highly rural, we are going to choose as 006154. Okay, okay. So now we can change the height and width. So height we are going to take it as 295 and width 375. Okay, okay, now it is looking correct. Now let me go and give the user friendly name, remove the underscore. Okay, now this one is looking correct. Okay, so now let's move to the next. So the next one is by age group, frequency chart or histogram. Okay, so by age group, so basically let me go back and show you the data, how our data is. So basically we are having only birth date. Okay, so let me show you. Okay, so we are having only birth date, and from this date we have to create a age column. Okay, in which uh, we are going to calculate the age of the customer. Okay, with respect to today's date. Also, after then with this age column, we are going to create a age group. Okay, we are going to give some bracket for to the age group. Okay, so now let's go to our Dataflows Gen2 and create the age column. Okay, so let me open our Dataflow. All the calculated columns we have to create in Dataflows Gen2 only. Okay, so here we are going to create the age and the age group. So go to add column and create a custom column. Here we are going to select the whole number as a data type and name this as a age. Okay, so here we are going to write down the function as duration dot days. Okay, and we have to select the date time, and we have to select the local now, this one. Okay, local now, and close the bracket, minus, select the birthday. Okay, now we have to divide the whole by 365. Let's create this. It is giving some error. Let me find out where is the error. Okay, so basically we have to write one more function, that is date dot from. You have to select this bracket and you have to close it. This one is correct. Okay, you can see we got our age column. Okay, now we have to create the age group. So let's create a custom column again, and here we are going to give it as a text, name it as a age group. So here we are going to write the if else condition. So it will be if, and we are going to choose the age is greater than or equal to, we give the space 15, and age is less than or equal to 25. Then we are going to give in double quotation as 15 to 25. Okay, now let's go to next line. As if, okay, we are going to copy the same. Here we are going to change it as 26 to 35. 35. Again we are going to copy this one. Okay, and we have to copy this 4 to 5 times. Okay, so here we are going to change 25 to 36, 35 to 45, 36 to 45, and here we are going to change it as 46, 46 to 55. Here we are going to change it to 56 to 65. Here we are going to change it to 66 to 75. Here age equal to 75. Okay, greater than or equal to 75. Then we are going to call it as 75 plus. Else we are going to call it as null. Okay, so let's create this one. Okay, we got our age bracket also. So now let's go into the lake house. Okay, so we have to give the underscore here because it will not take. So let me change the column name and remove the spacing in between. Now let me save it. Saving it, we have to publish it. Okay, save settings. Now let me publish this. Let's wait until it publishes. Okay, now our data flow has been published successfully. Now let me open our semantic model and refresh it here. So basically, once you are opening the semantic model, it will always open in viewing mode. So you have to change it to editing mode. Okay. Now all the options will pop up. Now here you can click on edit tables and you can refresh here. Okay. Confirm it. Also, we are having the option of refreshing from here. So let me see if we got our columns or not. Okay, and let me refresh it from here. Okay, now we got our both the columns. Okay, now let's go to Power BI and refresh it from here. Okay, we got to both our columns. Okay, so now let's create the charts. Let me copy first this placeholder and place it over here. So I'm going to set the width of this to 400. Okay, and height I'm going to increase up to this. Okay, and for creating a age group we are going to take a clustered column chart, and onto the x-axis we are going to take the age group which we have created. Let me give the user friendly name, and onto the y-axis we are going to select the measure. Okay, so now this we have to sort it by age group and sort it by descending order. Now let me place it over here. Also let me use the format painter. Okay, now you can see it is looking perfect. Okay, so now let me do some more formatting for this. Let me turn on the data labels for this. Okay, so you can see it is looking now somewhat fine. Okay, okay, now let's move to next. So next one is by car year. So by car year we will take afterwards. First we have to create by kids driving. Okay, so we have to take the ribbon chart. So let me take this ribbon chart, and onto the x-axis we are going to use the kids driving, and onto the y-axis we are going to select the measure. Let me give the user friendly name. Let me place it over here. Okay, and here also we are going to use the format painter. Okay, now let me do some of the formatting for this. So here let me go to columns, and here we are going to take some different color. So let me take it as 28A09E. Okay, this color we are going to take. So now let's go to ribbons. Okay, and here we are going to set the transparency to 50%. Okay, and let me turn off the vertical grid lines. Okay, now you can see it is looking somewhat fine. Okay, now let's go to next one. So let me go and check. So by car year we have to create a area chart. Okay, so let's copy this one, the placeholder, and place it over here. Okay, so let's take the height of this. So height we are going to take it as near about 255. Okay, now we are going to take the area chart. Let me take the area chart, and let me add onto the x-axis. We are going to add the car year. Let me take the user friendly name, and onto the y-axis we are going to set the dynamic measure. Okay, and here you can see it is starting from 1920. Okay, so now what we are going to do in the filter section, we are going to give the advanced filtering is greater than 1990. We are going to take it from 19 to 90. Okay, now you can see it is starting from 19 to 90. Okay, and let's use the format painter. Let me take this one and use the format painter. Okay, now it is looking somewhat fine. Let me place it over here. Okay, now we have to turn off the values, turn on the values for x and y axis. Y axis also we have to turn on the values, and let's remove the grid lines first, horizontal as well as the vertical. Okay, and data labels we are turning off, and onto the shaded area let me give some different color. Let's select, okay, not this one. Okay, here we are going to take it as 65% transparency, and onto the lines we are going to change the color of this line. So we are going to use some different color, 08C0BD. Okay, this one we are going to take. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to turn on the markers also, and here we are going to set the color as black, not black, we are going to take it as gray color. Border we want, border we will take it as black color. and width we are going to take it as 1. Okay, so now this one has been completed. Okay, onto the x-axis, onto the y-axis, onto the values we are going to select the color as this one. Okay, now this one is looking fine. Now let's move to next one. Okay, so by education pie chart. Okay, so let me go and copy the placeholder. So we are going to copy the same placeholder. Let me put it over here. Okay, okay, so now for this we have to take a pie chart. Let me take a pie chart. Okay, and onto the lessons we are going to put the education, and onto the values we are going to put the measure. Okay, now let me format it. So let me first turn off the legend. We don't want legend. And let me go to title, and here we are going to select COGUI. It would be near about 12, and text color we are going to take it as white. Okay, and let me turn off the background. Okay, and in data labels also we are going to take it as gray color. Okay, now we have to go. Now we have to set the slices color. Okay, so let's choose bachelors, and for this we are going to take some different color, that is 04 A492. Okay, and for to the high school we are going to take some different color, that is 0F897F. For to the masters we are going to take some different color, that is 046058. And for to the PhD we are going to take some different color, that is 037C71. Okay, now let me set the height and width. So the height would be 243 and width will be 322. Okay, now let's go to next one. So the next one is by education and martial status, matrix or heat grid. Okay, so let me take a matrix chart, and here onto the rows we have to put the education, onto the columns we have to put martial status, and onto the values we have to put total claim amount. Okay, now we have to format this. So first of all, let me go to specific column. Okay, and here we have to select this one. Display units we want in millions. Okay, now we don't want columns of totals. Okay, now let's go to values, and here let me change the background color 0 2 to F3A. Okay, 0 2 to F3A. Okay, alternate background color also we are going to take the same, and text color we are going to take it as white, alternate text also white. Okay, totals, and here we have to go to values and set the text color as white. Okay, and let me go to column headers, and here we have to turn on the background color, the same one, this one, and text color we have to choose as white. Okay, that's near about 13. Now let me go to row headers, and the same we have to do here also, text color white and background color background background color we have to turn this one. Okay, and we have to take it as 13. Okay, so totals are coming as black. Now let me go to okay, so this one has been completed. Okay, so now we have to turn on the conditional formatting for this, and also we have to turn on the title, and the title will be claim amount by education and martial status. Okay, text color we are going to take it as white, and the background color we are going to take it as this one. Also we have to turn off the background. Okay, now you can see it is looking fine. Now we have to turn on the visual border for this. And for visual border we are going to take the white color. Okay, so you can see one scroller is there, so let me adjust it. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to enable the conditional formatting for this. So let's let's go to values, background color. Okay, for lowest we are going to set the color. Let me choose some different color, 00A. 088. Okay, and for to the highest we are going to set the another color 016F68. Okay, now you can see it is looking fine. Okay, so our chart has been fully completed. Okay, now let me format this. Okay, so here we are going to, okay, so here onto the background, let me choose the color as this one. Okay, and let me go to values, and onto the values we are going to select the white color. Background we are going to choose the same color. Okay, similarly for to the headers we are going to do, here we are going to use COG 12 and font color we are going to take it as white. Okay. Okay, so basically once you are clicking on here you are seeing that color is changing. Okay, so let me go and change the color for this. So here we are going to choose some different color, this one. Okay, markers we are going to take it as gray color. Okay, and border is black. Okay, this one is fine. Now, okay, now it is looking fine. Okay, now we have to publish this dashboard onto our services. Okay, so let's publish this. Okay, this one is our workspace. Here we are going to publish it. Okay, let's go to workspace. Okay, this one is our dashboard. Okay, so now let me go and create a data pipeline for to the schedule refresh for to the data flows and the semantic model. So we have to create a new item, and here we are going to give as pipeline. Okay, okay, we are going to name it as a refresh pipeline. So here we are going to add the data flow. Okay, so let me select our data flow. Okay, this one is our data flow. Okay, let me name it also. Let me add the semantic model also. Okay, On success we have to pass it over here, and here we are going to change the name, so rinse model. Okay, and here we are going to select this one. This one is our semantic model. Okay, and we have to select all our tables. These are loading. Okay, this one is our table. So this one is our dynamic parameter, so we are not going to select this. So we have selected only our main fact table. Okay, and now let me go to home and schedule it. So we are going to schedule it daily. We have to give the timings 8. Okay, start date you can take today's, and the end date you can take any of the future date. Okay, you can save it. Now daily at 8 a.m. it will get refreshed, and we will get our most up-to-date data into our Power BI report. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and I will provide the details into our description so you can copy and replicate the same. Thank you.